chosen one from the moment you were marked by heaven. You may not have known it with your mind, but your spirit felt it in every season of silence and every tear that burned your cheeks in the night. You felt it when you looked at others walking with ease while your road bent into wilderness and isolation. You felt it when dreams visited you with strange images and prophetic symbols you could not interpret, but you knew were not ordinary dreams. You felt it when the crowd dismissed you. Yet something deeper told you that your journey was set apart, and this is the truth that must sink into your soul. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were being refined for the way of the chosen. Has always been the way of solitude before glory, the desert before the promised land, the furnace before the crown, and your story is carved upon the same tablets as those who came before you, the patriarchs, the prophets, the kings, the witnesses who stood in the fire and emerged carrying the scent of heaven. Consider Abraham, who was called out of Ur, not with a map in his hand, but only with a promise in his heart, told to leave his father's house and walk toward a land he had never seen. His neighbors thought him foolish, but heaven called him faithful. And in that lonely walk, he became the father of nations. So too, Joseph, whose brothers betrayed him and cast him into a pit, sold into slavery, imprisoned without justice. Yet every lonely step carried him closer to the palace, where he would save multitudes. And Moses, who once thought himself a prince, was sent to the backside of Midian to keep sheep for 40 years alone with the sand and the stars, until the fire burned in the bush and the voice called his name. For the chosen one is always hidden before he is revealed, always stripped before he is clothed, always tested before he is trusted. And so your solitude is not punishment, but preparation. You cried and thought God was silent, but even Elijah under the broom tree thought the same, despairing that he alone remained. Yet heaven sent bread and water by the hand of angels to strengthen him for the journey. And upon Mount Horeb, he did not find God in the earthquake or the fire, but in the whisper. So too, your loneliness is teaching you to recognize the whisper of God above the noise of men. For only those who learn the whisper can carry the trumpet. Only those who endure the silence can bear the roar. And you are among them, chosen one. Jerusalem itself was once mocked as a lonely city, a daughter abandoned, surrounded by enemies. But within her walls the glory came to dwell, and nations would stream to her light. So too, your life may appear desolate, but heaven has decreed it will be a dwelling place of glory, and every tear shed in secret is recorded in the scroll of remembrance. And on the appointed day, those tears become testimony like incense rising before the throne, summoning angels to move at the command of the king. You must understand, chosen one, that the isolation was a furnace shaping steel within you. For Jeremiah was cast into a pit, yet the word still burned in his bones. Jonah fled to the sea, but was brought back to proclaim repentance. Ezekiel sat by the river of exile, but saw wheels within wheels, and fire within fire. So too, you have been kept in places of silence that you might learn to see visions that others miss, to carry burdens that others cannot, to walk paths that others will not. And when the appointed moment arrives, you will know. For prophecy does not whisper forever. Prophecy manifests. You have not been left behind. You have been hidden like an arrow kept in the quiver until the battle requires your release, and now heaven is loosening you from obscurity. Now heaven is calling you to step forward, for the mission that lies before you is too vast for one set of shoulders and too weighty for one solitary voice. And so heaven has declared your next mission is not isolation, but alignment. Not the lonely cave, but the divine covenant. Not one flame flickering alone, but two flames merging into a fire that darkness cannot quench. And when that meeting happens, it will not be casual. It will not be coincidence. It will be covenant. It will be the fulfillment of words written long before your birth, as when the disciples gathered in the upper room and tongues of fire descended not on one head but on many, and together they became a blaze that shook empires. That same pattern is repeating in you, chosen one, and that is why you were set apart. That is why you were misunderstood. That is why the enemy fought to keep you in isolation, because he fears what will happen when your path collides with another chosen. He fears the multiplied authority, the doubled vision, the unstoppable agreement. He fears the Jericho walls that will crumble when two march together. He fears the prison doors that will shake open when two sing at midnight. He fears the giant that will fall when two stones are slung in unity. And so he has tried to make you weary, to break your trust, to harden your heart. But the fact that you are still here proves he has failed, for the chosen cannot be destroyed. They can only be delayed, and even delays are used by heaven to sharpen destiny. Lift your eyes now, chosen one, and see your own story reflected in the scriptures. You are Abraham. Stepping out in faith, you are Joseph, rising from the pit. You are Moses at the bush. You are David in the cave. You are Elijah on the mountain. You are Jerusalem, shining with glory after mockery. You are the one heaven has refined in fire, not to leave you ashes, but to make you flame. And that flame is now ready to join with another, for the time of alignment is near. The trumpet is sounding, and the next mission written in heaven is already unfolding upon the earth. Chosen one, the time of solitude has forged you. But heaven has decreed that no warrior is meant to fight every battle alone. No prophet is called to carry every mantle in silence. No priest is ordained to stand forever without fellowship. For the mystery of the kingdom has always been multiplication, the strength of one becoming the authority of two, the flame of one torch becoming a blaze when another joins it. And so your next mission is the alignment, the meeting of another chosen one, the collision of destinies that creates a new fire in the spirit realm, a fire that terrifies darkness and summons angels to encamp. For when heaven aligns two chosen vessels, it is never casual, it is never coincidental, it is always covenant. It is always destiny unfolding before the eyes of men and spirits alike. Look to the scroll of Moses and see how even the one who spoke with God face to face needed Aaron, his brother, for his lips trembled and his tongue faltered. Yet Aaron was appointed as his voice, and together they confronted Pharaoh together. They shook Egypt together. They saw waters part and manna fall. One alone could not have carried the mission, for the weight of freedom for an entire nation was too much for one soul. So heaven ordained the pairing, and Israel was delivered, and the pattern was written for you, chosen one, that your calling too will be multiplied when the right alignment comes. Consider David the shepherd, who became king anointed, but hunted, carrying the promise, yet pursued by Saul's spear. And in his darkest hour, God gave him Jonathan, a covenant friend who loved him as his own soul, who strengthened his hand in God, who reminded him of the promise when fear pressed in, and this covenant preserved the lineage that would one day bring forth the Messiah. So too, you will find that heaven's alignments are not simply friendships. They are prophetic lifelines. Covenant bonds forged not by blood, but by spirit. Ties that resist the schemes of the enemy and secure destiny for generations yet unborn. Remember Ruth, who clung to Naomi when her world fell apart, refusing to return to comfort, declaring, "Your people shall be my people, your God shall be my God." And by that alignment, she stepped into the lineage of kings, becoming the great-grandmother of David, So too, your alignment may not look grand in the moment. It may seem like loyalty in a season of famine. But heaven knows it is the seed of nations, the seed of legacies, the seed of destinies too vast for one alone, and thus heaven brings another chosen one to walk with you. Recall Paul and Silas beaten and chained in a Philippian jail. At midnight, they prayed and sang hymns, and suddenly the earth shook. The doors flew open and the chains fell off, not just for them, but for every prisoner who heard them, and even the jailer was saved. For this is the power of alignment, chosen one that your praise with another. Chosen one does not only liberate you, it liberates all who listen. It breaks chains for those near you. It testifies to unbelievers, it creates ripples that transform entire households, entire communities, entire nations, and the enemy knows it, which is why he seeks to keep you divided, why he whispers suspicion and mistrust, why he sends betrayal and misunderstanding, because he fears what will happen when chosen ones unite. Even Christ himself, the Son of God, though he carried the fullness of heaven, chose not to walk alone. He called 12 to walk with him. He sent them out 2 by 2. He prayed with 3 in Gethsemane, and at the resurrection, he revealed himself to women who would run and tell the others, for the pattern of heaven is fellowship. The pattern of heaven is agreement. The pattern of heaven is multiplied, witness. And so you chosen one must embrace that your path is about to intersect with another, marked by heaven. And when it does, the spiritual tremor will be undeniable. Imagine 2 lamps being brought together, their flames touching, and suddenly the light is not doubled, but multiplied, filling the whole house with brilliance. Imagine 2 trumpets sounding together, their notes harmonizing into a sound that shakes the camp and signals the movement of the army. Imagine 2 swords drawn, one guarding the front, the other the rear, leaving no gap for the enemy to strike. So too will it be when you meet another chosen one. Your gifts will unlock each other. Your vision will sharpen each other. Your authority will multiply, and your prayers will ascend like fire before the throne, summoning armies of angels to move at the command of the King. But chosen one, you must also be wise, for the enemy fears this. And so he sends counterfeits, false alignments that look like covenant, but carry chains, voices that flatter, but do not sharpen, companions that drain, but do not pour, partnerships that hurry, but do not carry peace. And you must learn to test every spirit, to wait for confirmation, to recognize the seal of peace, for true alignment cannot be forced. It will unfold at the appointed time, and when it comes, you will know your spirit will testify. Your heart will burn with recognition, as the disciples felt when Christ walked with them on the road to Emmaus. Their eyes not yet opened, but their hearts aflame, and you too will feel the fire. The undeniable witness that this connection is holy. This alignment is destiny. Remember too that isolation was for a season. It sharpened you to hear God's voice alone, so that when another chosen comes, you will not idolize them or confuse them for your source, for God remains your source. The chosen one sent to walk with you is only a vessel through which the mission multiplies, and together you will accomplish what neither could fulfill alone. Think of Joshua and Caleb standing against the majority 2 voices agreeing with heaven, when 10 voices bowed to fear, and because of their agreement, the next generation entered the promised land. So too, your agreement with another chosen will shift. History will open gates, will bring inheritance to others who come after you. This is why alignment is never casual. It is prophetic. It is covenant. It is warfare. It is testimony. And when you step into it, you step into a river that carries more than you. It carries multitudes. It carries generations. It carries nations. And heaven is preparing you even now for this collision of destinies. Chosen one, do not despise the waiting for it. Ensures that when the true alignment comes, you will be ready, sharpened, disciplined, healed of old wounds, so that your covenant will not be poisoned by bitterness or fear. For heaven desires a pure flame, not one tainted by suspicion or pride. And so the season of solitude has stripped you of illusions, has burned away false supports, so that when you join with another chosen, the flame will burn clear, holy, unstoppable. And when the meeting happens, it will be like prophecy fulfilled before your eyes. You will feel as Jonathan felt when his soul knit to David's. You will feel as Ruth felt when she clung to Naomi. You will feel as Elizabeth felt when the baby leapt in her womb at Mary's greeting. You will feel as the disciples felt when tongues of fire rested on each head and the Spirit came in power. And from that day forward, nothing will remain the same, for two chosen ones aligned in obedience can shake kingdoms, can topple strongholds, can usher revival, can break curses over entire bloodlines, and the spirit realm itself will record the moment as a turning point, a shift in history, a new page in the scroll of destiny. So prepare yourself now. Chosen one. Prepare in prayer. Prepare in fasting. Prepare in humility. Prepare in expectation, for heaven is already moving. The angels are already aligning circumstances. The dreams are already whispering clues. The Spirit is already stirring hunger in your soul. And when the appointed time comes, your heart will know, your spirit will testify, and the mission will multiply for you. We're never designed to walk alone. You were designed to align, and your alignment will be a sign and a wonder to the nations. Chosen one, the time of silence has passed. The season of waiting has served its purpose, and now heaven declares that the alignment prepared for you is not the end, but the beginning, not a conclusion, but a commissioning, not the closing of one scroll, but the opening of another, sealed with the mark of destiny. For when chosen ones meet and their flames merge into one fire, heaven does not stop the story. There it sets, it ablaze, it sends it forth into the earth as a testimony, as a weapon, as a sign and a wonder that cannot be ignored. And now you must know that your mission is not simply companionship, not merely encouragement, not only covenant. It is warfare. It is proclamation. It is transformation. It is the very shaking of heaven and earth, for what is about to be unleashed through you is not just blessing, but battle, not just favor, but fire, not just inheritance, but impact that ripples into eternity. The prophets foresaw such a moment when they spoke of two witnesses prophesying in unity, while fire issued from their mouths to consume opposition, when they envisioned sons and daughters prophesying, young men seeing visions, old men dreaming dreams, when they saw the Spirit poured out on all flesh as the day of the Lord approached. And you, chosen one, are walking into that stream, stepping into that current, becoming part of that unfolding vision. Your story is no longer your own. Your alignment is no longer for yourself. It is for nations. It is for generations. It is for the glory of the one who wrote your name in the book of life before the foundation of the world. Think of the sound of Jericho's trumpets, shaking stone walls into rubble. Think of the shout of Gideon's army scattering the Midianites, though they were few. Think of the songs of Paul and Silas unlocking every chain in a prison. Think of the roar of Pentecost that filled the upper room and spilled into the streets, until nations heard the gospel in their own tongue. Think of Revelation's vision when multitudes clothed in white stood before the throne with palms in their hands, crying, "Salvation belongs to our God." This is the sound you are about to carry. Chosen one, this is the roar that will erupt when you and another chosen step into alignment. For your voices together will not just be heard in the natural, they will resound in the spirit. They will echo into eternity. They will summon angelic battalions. They will break demonic strongholds. They will shake nations awake. And the enemy knows this, which is why he trembles, which is why warfare has intensified, which is why distractions have multiplied. But his trembling is proof of your nearness. His panic is evidence of your assignment. His counterfeit is confirmation of the authenticity of your calling. And you must not fear. You must not shrink back. You must not doubt, for the word spoken over you cannot return void. The covenant sealed over you cannot be broken. The destiny written over you cannot be erased. The blood shed for you cannot be undone. You are chosen, and you are aligned, and you are sent. And now hear the truth. Chosen one, you are not entering comfort, but commission. You are not stepping into luxury, but into legacy. You are not moving toward ease, but toward eternal impact. For wealth, favor, and increase will come. But they are not your source. They are your tools. They are your weapons. They are your provisions. To fund kingdom purpose, to build altars where nations bow, to raise voices, where silence once ruled, to feed the hungry, to clothe the poor, to break chains of injustice, to proclaim liberty to captives, to set free those bound in spiritual darkness. And your alignment is heaven's strategy to multiply this mission beyond your capacity. And as you walk chosen one, know that angelic hosts march with you, that Michael and his warriors contend in the heavenlies, as Daniel once saw that horses and chariots of fire surround the mountains, as Elisha once revealed to his servant that the Lion of Judah roars before you and the armies of darkness scatter. For this mission is not small. It is apocalyptic in scale. It is prophetic in nature. It is eternal in consequence. And your obedience will echo in eternity as a trumpet blast recorded in the courts of heaven. Therefore, rise, chosen one. Take courage, lift your head, let your heart burn with fire, for the next mission has begun. The scroll is open, the angels are watching, the witnesses are testifying. The Spirit is descending, and heaven itself is leaning in to see. You step into your ordained place, for the world will not remain the same. Nations will not remain the same, families will not remain the same, even creation itself groans for the revealing of the chosen ones, and you are among them, marked, sealed, appointed, and released. So let this be the call, the conclusion, and yet the beginning, the end of isolation and the dawn of covenant, the silence shattered and the trumpet sounding. Let this word ignite you. Let this fire consume you. Let this destiny commission you, for your life is not small. Your assignment is not casual. Your mission is not temporary. It is eternal. It is divine. It is unstoppable. It is here. And if you hear it in your spirit, then respond. Lift your voice, declare your agreement, proclaim your faith, and step boldly, for the mission of heaven now rests upon you, chosen one, and your destiny is awake.